let's jump right in. So what we're going to do is just convert this from the top down into style components where it makes sense. So I'm going to house all of our style components in an external partial just to keep things organized, but this works the way that React does. So you can define and import however you normally would do that. All right, so let's start by converting the app, this wrapping div here. So as you can see, we have a div, we have a class, and we have a style object. So let's go ahead and copy this style object, and we'll just remove the styles. So when this saves, on the right here, we'll see we've lost all of our styles. That's fine. We're going to get it back shortly. So let's move on over to the style.js, which is our external style sheet, and we're going to first import styled. Styled is the function that style components utilizes to generate these styles. So we'll import that from style components, and I'm also going to do an export default object. So we're going to export all of our individual style components in this object that we can reference later. So what we'll do is we'll just define it as a functional component. So const, I'll just call it AppWrapper, and we'll start by defining it with styled. So we're saying that this is a style component dot, and then the type of element that it is. In this case, it's a div, but this could be an h1, this could be a span, this could be an input, on down the list. All right, before I go any farther, the typical convention is that we would have all of our styles inside of a JSX declaration, but style components also has support for legacy style objects. It's not really that often that we get the opportunity to build a site from scratch, so this is helpful when sort of converting an existing app or site to style components. We don't have to rewrite everything immediately. So in this case, we're going to take advantage of that since we have that styled object from the AppWrapper in the app finish.js. And instead of JSX, we're going to do a function, and we're going to just drop our styles right there inside the function. So let's go ahead and export our AppWrapper, save, and come back here. So let's go ahead and import our style components from components. I realize it's a little confusing, but this is my partial, not styled components. And then we're going to destructure AppWrapper out of styled. So we have access to that component. And so we're just going to replace this div with our AppWrapper. And once this saves, we have our styles back. So this officially becomes its own component, and all of the children here, business as usual. And this works like any other component, housing default props like class name, various attributes. You could add data attributes. Anything you want is going to function the way that you would expect a React component to function.